Okay, welcome back to CAD That Works. In the last video, we finished designing the replacement lever arm in Onshape, and today we're going to be bringing it into our slicer, which I'm using Prusa slicer because I have a Prusa printer, and getting it ready for 3D printing. And at the end of this video, we're going to print it and test it on the actual vacuum sealer to make sure it works as intended. So at the end of the last video, we had exported it as an STL file. Now we're going to go ahead and import it. So you can just hit Control I. It's a hotkey for import. Here it is, vacuum sealer fix _1. Hit open. So the first thing I'm going to check is the orientation. I want it to print from the bottom up because I want this section to be as clean as possible. Down here, I could enable supports. I don't think it's necessary. I think it could bridge, but we'll go ahead and do it just for the heck of it. One thing is, to be cognizant of is you want to be aware of your print direction, your print line. So the stress of this is going on a keyed shaft, so it's got some rotational stress, but it's also going to have some stresses around here. It might be a little stronger to print it on its side. That being said, I did not design it as such. To do it that way now, I would require support material and it wouldn't turn out looking that good. We're going to use a pretty high infill, so I think it should be fine printing just like this. So let's say you imported it though, and it came in looking like that. So in Prusa Slicer, anyway, what you're going to do is you have to select your part, turns green, go over here, place on face. I can also hit F, another hotkey. Select that bottom surface, and there we go. Now for material, we are going to use, or I'm going to use PETG. I'd be a little wary of using PLA for this application. Maybe there's a tough PLA out there that might work. Or ABS would probably be okay too. I just personally am a big fan of PETG. So let's go ahead and do supports. We'll do support on build plate only. It's the only thing necessary. And then for infill, I'm going to go ahead and do like 85%. Some people are going to say that's way too high, but it works for me. Okay, next step. By default, 3D printing slicer will only give you about 2 perimeters, and that's basically like your wall thickness before it starts doing the infill. So I'm going to bump that up from 2 here. I'm going to bump that up to like 4. Now again, if you were using a lower infill, you could probably bump it up to even 5. But because I'm using 85, I'm going to use a gyroid infill pattern, which is preferable in my opinion. Should work out. So let's go ahead. That's really it for your print settings. I like to use Prusament. I've used other filaments. They work okay. I like that Prusa seems to have a little bit better quality control on their filament. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit slice. Slice now. And there we go. So that should only take about 47 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and export this. And next, I will put that on the machine and we'll have a quick video of that. And at the end, we'll go ahead and test it. Okay, so we loaded the 3D print file onto the card and we started it on the Prusa printer. And it started. Looks like we've got 46 minutes left. And you can see it kind of laying out that base there. Alright, we will check back in 46 minutes and see how it went. Okay, it looks like the print is done. Snap it off there. Bottom surface looks okay. There is support material there. I'll have to pop that out. Bit of stringing inside there. Now that can happen when using PETG, but shouldn't be a problem as far as affecting function and whatnot. Okay, next step will be removing the support material and testing it on the vacuum sealer. Okay, so we finished our 3D print. As you can see here, it turned out pretty good. I've gone ahead and put the little self-tapping screw in there, which fit in there perfectly. You can see the keyed shaft came out pretty nice on the 3D print. You can see it's going to interface right here on the vacuum sealer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try and see if it actually fits on there. Go, boop. Fits perfect. I'm going to go ahead and tighten down that fastener. There we go. Now let's see if this thing actually works. So the way this works is typically you close the lid and this lever locks it in place. And there we go. Works good. It feels pretty rigid. I don't feel like there's any deflection in the part. I think it's going to hold up pretty nicely. Again, thank you for watching, and if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I hope to come out with more videos in the future.